Welcome to the Rusty Garage and Homestead. My name is Mike. This is my son. Today we're going to set up a few hunting blinds with chairs, the blinds, clear up the area so we're not making a bunch of noise. We're also going to make some makeshift shooting rails inside of them. But we need to get all of these set up so when the time comes to go hunting, for John to go hunting, then all we got to do is grab our gear and go. We also have a deer camera that we need to look at that hasn't been sending me pictures for a few days, so we're going to check it out. And at the end of this video, I'll include some of the pictures of the animals that we have coming around so far. So let's get to it. All right, here's the first spot we're going to set one up. We've got some branches to clear out and some leaves and stuff like that. That's why we're using the blower. We also have a rake. We just want to clean out the area where the blind's going to be, so when we're inside of it, we're not crunching on leaves and making a bunch of excessive noise that is going to scare anything away. So we're going to get started on that. So this is what we're using for a makeshift gun rest. They work. Use what you got. Some sort of little machete or hatchet. Very useful whenever you're doing this kind of thing.
Yep.
This blind is a Duke and Boone. I bought it. I like to buy a lot of hunting gear and stuff at the end of hunting season because everything gets marked down quite a bit. So this is something I bought last year. It's a 3-person blind. Me and him had plenty of room inside of it. So we've got 2 of these that we're going to be setting up. Now it is a good idea, especially on new blinds, to set them up somewhat early just because they're going to smell, and leaving them out here for a little while before season is really going to help get the odor away from them. I can confidently say last year we didn't have any issues with the same exact blind. This year, I'm not sure what the manufacturer did, but I, at this point, highly do not recommend this blind. I have never had this many issues trying to set up a ground blind. These things are simple. This thing's in one big knot. The bars are crossed and twisted, and it doesn't make a lot of sense the way it was packaged. There's zero rhyme or reason this thing is this difficult, or why it's half the bars aren't hooked like they should be. This thing's kind of a big piece of junk. What is this? What's all going on here? Like other flaps that are poking through. Makes no sense. Okay. Same exact blind. Yeah, that looks way more normal. Pull out in the center. Okay. Now that is how they're supposed to set up. I don't know what's wrong with the other one, but it is in one enormous knot. So Duke and Boone, yeah, start getting these stakes, start driving them in. I really liked using this blind last year. Like I said, These things aren't rocket science to put up, but that other one, I don't know what they did, but no bueno. Okay, so now we have our shooting reel in there. We've got one chair, got another chair to throw in it. He's putting some stakes in around it. Now the stakes that come with these are, to me, real cheap stakes. Really try not to use them. This goes for any blinds, not just this brand. You can find some tent stakes that are a lot longer and a lot heavier duty. You can find them on Amazon, you can find them at Walmart. I'll leave a link to the stakes that I normally use down in the description box, but for now, until I can get a hold of some, I forgot those up at the shop. We're gonna put these in just to hold it in place, but we'll come back with some of the bigger ones. Now I will leave some of these windows open just to allow a little bit of a breeze to get through, just to help clear out some of the smell on these things. But this thing's not brand new, this one isn't, so it shouldn't be as bad, but it has been put up all year. Set the chair up and see how it looks. See if there's any branches I need to trim, or I think everything's high enough it'll be out of your way.
It works.
That work?
Yeah.
Plenty of room?
Yeah. Chair feels pretty comfortable.
Is it? Okay. All right, well, that's blind number one. We've got a second blind that's already set up in the back. We need to go check it, make sure everything looks good on it, because it's been up a little while longer. And then we'll try to set up this exact same blind that's set up super simple, and we'll see if we can't get that other one figured out.
Is that a rope?
No. Here's another one that we got set up. It's not as big as the other two that we got, but all we need to do around here is get a bunch of these leaves blowed out of the way, because we'll be coming into it from right over there. So we just need a good clear path. John said there's some spider webs and stuff in here we'll get cleaned out and just make sure everything's set up. We do have a few chairs stuck back in this one, so okay, start working on the spider webs. I'm gonna blow some of these leaves out of the way. Okay, it's a good looking path. Okay, John's cleaning the nest out of the bird nest out of the chair, and we got the path all cleared up. So we clean these paths out for a few different reasons. One, you make less noise when you're coming and going, and two, if it's dark and you're kind of in an unfamiliar area or have a new trail or something like that, I mean, everything out here is covered with leaves. So if you got a spot like this, that just helps you stay on your trail a lot easier and not get turned around. Did you get all the spider webs out of there?
Not yet.
Did you just shoot one deer back here last year, or did you get two?
One back here. You want this one?
Is that one Paul's? I think it is, yeah. Let's take it, because we'll be going north before you'll need it. Okay, a little update on the food plots. Since I planted these 2-3 weeks ago, whenever it was, we've gotten rain twice. But each time it was for about 5 minutes, real brief, real quick, and it was gone. So really haven't got much. You can see this is everything I dished up all through here, and it is starting to get covered with leaves. So hopefully we can get some rain and get all this stuff germinating here pretty soon and start growing, because there is nothing coming up, just leaves covering everything. So we'll see. I know the wheat can sit in the ground for several months, then get some rain on it, and it'll do just fine. The Dominion and the Lights Out, time will tell how well they'll do with the oats and the brassicas and all that stuff. So hopefully we don't have to chance any of that, and it'll just rain and we'll be good. That should work out just fine. Okay, so here's this blind, and this is the view from this blind. That's the food plot, starting about where the ranger's at, clear past those trees over there. All that up through here is everything we planted with the Dominion and the Lights Out. Okay, here's the spot for the other blind, if we can get this thing to work, cooperate with us. Right up against this brush pile. John, he shot his buck last year in this spot. I'll link that video right up here if you haven't seen it. And there's the new pond, our camera down there off by that tree that we got to fix. I did plant earlier up and around here, up in the timber I planted some wheat back in there as well, but if we don't get any rain, ain't nothing gonna grow. You can see all of this out through here. No wheat's coming up yet. The only wheat that's coming up is right down there by the pond, right along the edge where I drug that disc along the water. It's got wheat coming up just because of the moisture leaching into the ground from the pond. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing to
cooperate.
Yeah. Okay. You guys seen the other one? Exact same thing. Had no issues. This one, there's several of those rods that aren't hooked up like they should be. I think that may be part of our issue. It should just kind of lay down flat right now. And there's some pieces that are under tension that shouldn't be. This thing, you walk around, push this end down.
Like this?
Yeah.
Do you want me to put my foot under it so it wouldn't fall?
I want this thing to lay down like it should. This is no reason it's like this. And that arm is going through the window. Yeah, they've got some weird stuff going on with this one.
I wonder what that is.
See, all this is twisted around. Let's try to shove that through. What in the world is going on with this thing? No reason. I really think when somebody put this thing in the box, they didn't fold it up like it should have been. Or I just completely don't know what I'm doing. That's possible too, I guess. Kind of hard to believe though, we just set the exact same one up in a minute. But the way some of this stuff is put in here, it just really doesn't make a lot of sense. See, on the older style blinds that we've had, you had to zip the door down to pop them all the way out everywhere. But this one, this isn't set up the same. This is sure, this flap here makes 0 sense of why it's like it's hooked around something. It's just not, something's not folded correctly. This shouldn't be up in here, I don't think. Something's up right here. That's just one big knot. What did they do here? This is the one. Something's not right here. I'm gonna have to poke my hands through here. So see that corner, that one? Hold that too. Oh, you piece of junk. There's one loose bar. It's already ripped. This whole piece is twisted. It's got bars going places it shouldn't be. There's one. There's two. Oh, come on. Why in the world is this one all twisted? Okay, this blind is complete junk. I guess I should have left it new in the box and just threw it in the dumpster, because that's where it's going. There were so many bars and rods and those little fixtures everything hooks to that were just twisted up. Well, if anyone needs a good junk blind, I'll have it at my trash can. Huh. Looks like the battery's already dead on it. Batteries ain't that old. All right, well, we've got 2 of the 3 spots set up with ground blinds that we needed to. That other blind that is identical to this, I don't know why it gave us so much grief, but that thing's junk. We ripped a bunch of holes in it. It was twisted, knotted. No, it was no good. So we'll have to go get another blind here within the next day or so we can get another one set up there by the brush pile, and then we'll have all our ground blinds set up on this property. We may end up putting a couple different ladder stands up as well. Not today. This was the only ones we're going to do today. But the 2 we've got up are proven. We see deer out of these regularly, so that's fine. The other one, it's also a proven spot, so we'll get one set up there here pretty soon. Real looking forward to taking my son hunting this year and seeing what he can get. Now, hunting for us isn't just necessarily a sport like it is for some people. We do harvest our own animals, we process them, and we put them in the freezer, and deer, different things like that. Help supplement the beef that we butcher that we keep put up in the freezer. So I know John is itching to go hunting. Here pretty soon the season will open up and we'll be doing quite a bit of that this fall. But everyone, if you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.